Hi Virgo, this is going to be your general reading in regards to, are you guys psychic? I wanted to make this video just because I feel like the psychic journey is not an easy one. I feel like it can be difficult. I don't really feel like it matters as to what gifts anybody has. I feel like no matter what, it's difficult just because we're talking about the 12th house. It's really all about a belief. It's all about the things that cannot be seen, but it's having faith in something. And what I'm talking about is the gifts you guys have, because if you really think about it, there's no proof. Like for example, if you guys get visions, if you guys can feel things, or if you guys have made psychic predictions and those predictions have come through, you know, that's amazing. Like, I believe you guys, cool. But like at the end of the day, there's still no proof. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy how it works like that, but there's no proof. It's more just like people will knock that shit and just be like, the people who aren't into this stuff, who don't believe in it, will kind of knock it and just be like, oh, what a coincidence, or maybe through past experiences, you subconsciously knew or predicted this would happen, and this is why, you know, it turned out the way it did. Because if we were to think about these specific situations in life, it's common sense, but it's like, you kind of have to apply your own common sense and realize, like, where were you way too detailed in a prediction that came true. And this is also the other thing about that 12th house, which is where our gifts come from, is it doesn't matter what the fuck anybody else thinks. It's your own belief system, and you have to hold true to that. And I really do believe that that's part of the karmic lesson within the 12th house. And that goes for anybody's belief system. It doesn't even have to do with psychic abilities. It could be Catholicism. It could be Judaism. Whatever somebody's belief system is. Sorry for the background noise. So hold on. Hold on. So anyway, with the gifts we have, whether it's being highly intuitive, clairaudient, getting visions, there's a fine line that I feel personally, just my opinion, that I think it is important to pay attention to, just because when you think about it, the gifts that you guys may or may not have, it's coming from the mind, it's coming from higher realms, and no matter what, you guys should pay attention to, is this a psychic experience? Because there is that fine line where it could be really your ego, and it's not, it's your ego talking, or, you know, just like people who meditate and they get visions, who have opened up their third eye, that doesn't mean they're psychic. They're connecting to their higher self when they're meditating. So it's like the things that they see, they're connecting to their own universe. So that may be hard for that person to distinguish what is spirit saying to them. Are they getting psychic insight, or are they just being spoken to about their life right now and just getting guided advice? So I hope you guys are following all of that, because I feel like it could get a little bit tricky. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. The point of this video is to see, what gifts do you guys have? Are you guys psychic? And where are you guys at on your psychic journey, if so? Okay, so with that being said, let's start pulling cards. Do you guys have gifts? I'm seeing what looks like a deer. And I'm seeing something behind it. Like I'm feeling like opposition energy, something opposing it. Do you guys have gifts? It's weird. I'm seeing you guys hold like this big ball, like a clear glass ball, and I feel like somebody's in the ball, like sad, like an angry angel or something like that. I feel like they're giving me the middle finger. Okay, cool. So anyway, what I'm feeling is, because you guys are ruled by Mercury, which is the mind, how you guys speak, how you guys think, how you guys communicate. And, you know, so is the sign Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury as well. But there's a difference between Virgo and Gemini. Virgo, and this is no disrespect to my Geminis, if I have any Geminis that are listening, or if you guys know of any Geminis, I have Gemini in my chart. But there's a huge difference because Geminis get distracted, because there's this multitasking energy. There's also a little bit of this energy of it's just kind of, and I talk shit about every single sign, so I don't want anybody getting offended, but it's kind of like, if we are going to compare between a Virgo and a Gemini, Geminis are smart, but Geminis also are the yentas. They don't know when to stop. Or sometimes, for example, like Gemini energy will think everything's funny. Like people get mad at me because I turn everything into a joke. Like literally, I'll just like start laughing because I'm like, this is fucking stupid, you know, but maybe it's really not. Maybe it's a situation that needs to be paid attention to, but I know this person's being overly emotional about it. And I'm like, okay, listen, you know, if I really were to step out of my own situation, I know I'm overly emotional at times too. So it's like, I should be a little more sensitive to the situation. Whereas a Virgo, you guys are like very classy in the way that you guys hold yourselves. Okay, I'm gonna say hold yourselves because I've said this before in other videos. I know you guys. I'm always gravitating to a Virgo because I fucks with the Virgos. But behind closed doors, you guys are talking up the asshole about these things that you notice that you don't talk about regarding people. Like you notice all the flaws, you notice all these negative things, but it's like, you don't really say these things to people. Like, and if you have to, for whatever reason, like let's say you're in a leadership role or position, like you'll make sure to say it in a very, very classy, dignified way. Like nobody would ever think you guys would ever like talk shit about them or anything like that. But really, low key, you would. You guys are classy individuals. So my point is, do you guys have psychic gifts? What I'm seeing is that you guys intimidate people by your mind. There's like this opposition energy, and you're able to, I don't want to say control people, but it's like you kind of, I don't know how to word this without it sounding terrible, but like keep them a prisoner to you. And that's another thing about Virgo energy. And it's like, I feel like people who don't know Virgos would never suspect this, but it's like, you guys know how, like if somebody fucks with you, it's like, you'll let it slide, you'll try to communicate, you'll try to express your needs, but don't push you. Oh, shit. I did that. I'm not going to say it's a sign. You guys can be, I think that's why I like you guys too. It's just like, don't fuck with you guys. So I feel like what I'm picking up on, there's something about your like Mercury energy that's kind of like Plutonian, I want to say, with Pluto energy, which is Pluto rules Scorpio. It's like an obsessive energy. And then when you think of Saturn, I think of the devil and tarot, which is, you know, two people chained to the devil. Okay. And like what I'm seeing is like a dark energy being chained to you. And this is all because you have like a higher mind. Something like that. Like you may create enemies and it's not even your intention. And that's like how it works sometimes with lower energies, lower frequencies. It's like people get the wrong idea. It's when you have too much Venus or too much Pluto in your chart. And what I mean by that is because obviously you only have one Venus, one Pluto. But if you have asteroids in asteroids, or what's the other one? I can't think of it right now. But there's something else out there within astrology. But if you have that in Scorpio energy or Libra energy, I don't know if it's Taurus energy, to be honest. It could be, since Taurus is ruled by Venus. But that's going to create more haters. I hate that term, but honestly, it's the truth. But I'm seeing you as this big person with power, and it has to do with your mind. So I'm seeing you as a leader. Like you're able to control people through your mind. You know, wait, this is another thing the message could mean too. I feel like you guys are really good at making people feel stupid. And, you know, I'm not going to say it's always your intention, but if somebody pisses you off, or if somebody is just really blatantly being like an idiot in your guys' eyes, it's like you'll say certain things and you'll still do it in a classy way, and that person will feel like an idiot. And it has something to do with this energy that's coming through right now. What does this have to do with psychic abilities? I'm seeing the pyramid. I'm seeing a higher consciousness. I'm seeing that you guys have this higher consciousness. So you get downloads from spirit. I'm seeing all this light. You guys are enlightened in some kind of way. And you guys intuitively know when somebody shaky is coming into your life. Now, whether you allow them to stay or keep them, it's another thing, but you intuitively know this is a shit. It's like you guys know better. It's like you guys see it coming. So I'm gonna open my eyes for a second. Like, let's say on the dating app, you guys start talking. It's like you guys already know this is probably not a good idea, but you may carry through anyway. And let's say it doesn't end well, you know, even if you know, ended up with this person several years, it's like, technically you got those downloads in the very beginning. Like you saw it from the beginning is what I'm getting. I feel like you guys are able to get into people's minds. Like maybe, I don't want to say it's manipulation, but like you guys are coming through a 7 of Swords in tarot. Like this ninja coming through in people's minds. So you guys may say, again, I'm gonna open my eyes, I'm gonna look at the cards and channel some more. You guys may say specific things with people, and you guys may know intuitively all the right things to say to get in their head for it to work in your favor. And you guys may not have bad intentions, or maybe you do, but just to get your point across, or to maybe to get people in a specific direction. What gifts do you guys have? Sagittarius, expand. Heart chakra, entwined. Okay, so that's so funny. I said I saw a deer. This is how it came through, and there was opposition energy. And then you turn into this big person, and you're holding somebody in a cage. And then it's a dark angel. Yes, so 9th house energy is about higher wisdoms, philosophy. I mean, it's many things, but it's like higher education. I was seeing you as this big person holding somebody in like a circular glass, I don't know what you would call this, because it's not like it was a glass bottle, but yet it was, but it was circular. But they were a dark angel. It's like the people that get mad at you, their hearts are broken. It's like their heart chakra is not there. Ooh, Venus energy. Remember I told you, if you have too much Venus in your chart or too much Pluto in your chart, you will attract people. It's like that kind of Saturnian lesson. The Saturnian lesson in astrology is there's more gray than black or white. But you live a majority of your life thinking everything's black or white. Things are not always as they may seem. This was that dark angel, because I'm seeing the wings. You guys probably aren't going to see what I saw, but I'm seeing it's like arrows in the back. But I know what I saw was black wings. You come off for stability. You come off as stable, because Virgos, they do. They just do. You're a Virgo. Come on. Need I say more? You guys are probably like, yeah, I know. People get intimidated by that. People who, you know, want to be smarter or are just not okay with themselves. Moon, perception. Observe. Oh my God, new moon. What did I say? So you guys are extremely intuitive when it comes to people who come into your life. You guys can, oh my God, the 12th house energy. I love that too. That's Neptune, intuition. You guys are able to see things before they happen. But you may still go with it because of moon energy. Like, you know, yeah, moon is intuition. But it's also, it's the 4th house. It's Cancer energy as well. It's feelings. It's new things, new relationships. That's what new moon is all about, is something new. And the moon is, you know, it's It's looked at as things that can illuminate things for you. But technically speaking, it's like we're always looking for truth, but we'll never be able to get it 100%, because if you think about it, we never really see the moon. And I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but it's believed that there were 2 moons at one time. I don't think everybody believes that, but I do. What are your gifts? There's that triangular pyramid. Wood. Challenging times. North Node. Okay, so that was that higher consciousness. So again, I'm just gonna say it. I feel like this just bothers people. But what your gifts are is, you see the smoke? So what's the phrase? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So there's something about this in regards to maybe these connections, these new connections you guys get yourselves involved in that you know are not serving to you guys. Whatever these are, these could be relationships or reconnecting with people, who knows, whatever's coming through. And maybe you just want this future with these people, friends, family, so bad that you're able to use your words in such a way. Like sometimes we do this and we're not even consciously aware of it. Where we can say things in such a way that they're so convincing, but do we really mean what we say, or do we have other intentions behind it? Look, you see the trees behind. I always think of that as like wisdom and spirituality. So I feel like you guys are able to connect to other people's minds through your words and convince them of things you want to. It's like you kind of go into these connections or relationships thinking you can change people. Honestly, that's what I feel like is coming through. And technically speaking, you can, but for how long? And the reason I'm saying you can kind of ... question mark is because, like, I think when we do this thing, the self-sabotaging act where we try to change people and then we don't realize, oh shit, that's what we were trying to do. We're usually very unsuccessful, and we're aware of that within like 2 or 3 days with our boyfriends, right? We're like, this went to shit again. Like, we need to get out. We need to get out ASAP. And then that's when we stay past our welcome. But I think what you guys have is, because of how you guys speak so well, and you guys are so smart, you guys are able to make this last much longer. But again, like, okay, I think the majority of us are able to make this last a few days, maybe a week or 2, and then we start lying. We start lying to our friends when they check in. How is everything? Great. He's changed. But you guys may be able to get them to change for a little bit longer, or at least this is how they're acting in front of you guys. I think that's a better way of saying it, because you can't get somebody to change unless they want to change. It's just as simple as that. Nobody has any type of power like that. That doesn't exist. And if anybody tells you it does, they're an idiot. All right, so that's what I got for you guys. I hope this helped. I hope this resonated. All right, bye.